Bum bum ba-dum, bum bum ba-dum. Bum bum ba-dum, bum bum ba-dum. Yeah, that's right. We here. We here. We doing it. It's the review stream. It's going down tonight. Let's bring this music down just a tad bit, and then we're gonna switch it over to. You know what? We're gonna do some. We're gonna do some of the Drew show. So track justice is happening, and let's bring it in. Let's bring his advert up. All right, bam. All right. So let me go ahead and bring in Chuck Burgundy is here, ready to discuss some Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? We're going to be doing that this evening. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get up something on the screen here.
Yeah, let's do this.
Where's my Chrome browser? All right. There, Chrome browser should be on screen. Or is it being a bitch? It's being a bitch. It's being a bitch. God damn it. You know, sometimes I would just like shit to work. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. There it is. All right, so tonight, again, we're going over Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? That's why I have the Odyssey pulled up here on the Wikipedia. What up, Solar Turkey? You are first. Appreciate you jumping in, man. So, yeah, we're going to be doing this review for this movie this evening. And then, of course, we also have some trailers I'm going to get through. And also, of course, some new stuff. So, without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. First things first. Apparently, High on Life and Rick and Morty creator facing domestic violence charges. Appreciate the resub. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Shout out to you, Mr. Solar Turkey, a.k.a. Pollo, a.k.a. Mushroom God. But yeah, Justin Roiland pleaded not guilty to 2 felony charges of domestic battery and false imprisonment of his ex-girlfriend. Whew! That is unfortunate. If you are a fan of Rick and Morty, yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting going forward, to say the least. So, yeah. Hopefully, you know, he gets a good lawyer, I guess. Oh, man. This is filed back in 2020, apparently. Let's see, occurred around January 19th of that year. It was filed 100 feet. Oh, my goodness. So, man, this dude. Oh, man. Morty, I'm domestic violence, Rick.
On Xbox. And, like,
sorry.
I just couldn't do it.
Like, I'm sure the game is good. I watch people play it. I don't feel like playing it myself.
I got really annoyed at the narration.
Yeah.
Like, this is really annoying. I
I
can't deal with this.
The top comment already of we're just starting. Morty, I'm domestic violence, Rick.
I think Pollo takes this one.
Yeah, he won that already. So yeah, now something that
Coming out swinging.
kind of threw me off was the new League of Legends new season trailer was so bad. Riot actually responded within like the same day it dropped with the standard "we missed the mark" comment. But I watched it. As a matter of fact, I mean, fuck it, we can watch it right now. Why not? Let's. It's only 2 minutes. So this is the trailer in question.
Once again,
nothing compared to their
I
normal.
stand at the brink of infinity.
Their normal skill. I'm not going to say skill, but the presentation.
Beyond the shrouded path.
You know.
Death.
Like.
No, nothing that simple.
And like.
The best part of me will live on.
I feel like they didn't even balance the audio properly.
I do not fear the darkness.
Yeah, this is it.
brave the shadows,
This it right here.
trusting nothing but my strength.
This is the trailer.
I have found my limit 1,000 times, and still I press further.
This is supposed to get you hyped for the new season that just came out.
It makes me want to take a break.
Every mistake,
You know?
a lesson.
Yeah, this
Now
so
I
hyped,
will
man.
teach them to fear me.
I forgot what
I
game
will
this was.
become
for.
what I
Exactly.
must be. Why? Because I can.
Nonsense ass speech. It was like a preview into an MMO. So that was the trailer. It's sad. It's sad compared to like their previous work, which, as a matter of fact, let's go ahead here and no, not that play. I want this to play. This was supposed to play. All right, we're gonna pull up real quick. League of Legends season 12 cinematic. This is season 12. Okay, notice it's 4 minutes versus 2. This is season 12.
There's already more action in the 3 seconds of the thumbnails I saw.
Exactly. Look. You get right now. You already got Orn. That was Orn, one of my homies.
Fire, more action.
Boom. You got Sejuani, Olaf. Talia. Kaisa. Sad, bro. This is 30 seconds and already amazing. I'm already amazingly better than that. Fucking Mantheon! It's Pantheon, but we call him Mantheon.
See, like, I don't know anything about the lore, but this is more interesting. Even though the other stuff is a bit prettier, this is more interesting.
That's my fucking dog! Volley Bear! Oh, give me a fucking Pantheon action game, please. Leona, one of my other boos! Here comes Rek'Sai out the tunnel. Poyo's old boo. This was a year ago, ladies and gentlemen. A year ago. Look at that. That fucking detail. And now you can understand why people were obviously upset. Because this is the quality he was bringing before, you know? Insanity. You goddamn right you missed the mark, Riot. Got a fucking earthbender over here and shit. Right, dude. Rek'Sai's fucking huge, bro. That Sejuani ult was on point. And the song was hauntingly beautiful. You know, and of course, Orn, my dog. That was season 12, y'all. That was season 12. So again, that is why people were very upset when you had this other trailer, which was 2 minutes of somebody's kid talking. Just nonsense. That's like, it's really sad. It's really sad, but hopefully
There's a big difference.
yeah, it's like kind of like just a punch to the gut. Like, goddamn, what did y'all get lazy? Like, what the fuck? And this is one of their statements here. A message from we've watched the cinematic part of the season start every year since 2018, and make no mistake, everyone on League knows how much you love them. So do we. Yeah, just we missed the mark. Blah 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 blah. So. It is what it is. Apparently, they got some stuff that they want to talk about that'll be coming up in the next few weeks, roadmaps, etc., etc., etc. So hopefully, they'll redeem themselves somewhere down the road this season. But yeah, and speaking of trying to redeem yourselves, Pokemon Scarlet Violet will get another patch late next month. Apparently, it's going to do some bug fixes and add some functionality like ranked battles. But select bugs such as the music not being played during the Elite Four. But nothing was mentioned about the technical performances. Right, exactly. You ain't wrong, Doug. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. So I'm looking forward to see what they gotta say. To be honest, we'll see. But yeah, so I'm hoping a patch will come specifically for these technical performances because again. These technical performances stop it from being one of the best Pokemon games ever. It's still very close, even just with the crap that it is that you got to deal with. I officially beat it the last week, and it was good. It was cool. The ending actually was not bad. It was pretty cool. The last fight shit you have and everything are pretty dope. So yeah, it's worth playing. Just keep that in mind that you're going to be dealing with performance issues. So here's to them for trying to get it together. And one of the last stories I want to talk about before we get into the trailers. It started to be a tumultuous week for Wizards of the Coast because some of the new changes to their open license came out and was leaked. And man, it was bad. It was real bad. But apparently, since it came out, they have said we're going to fix what we were talking about. So it may not be nearly as bad. But basically, if you're into D&D, it's a very open license where you can make your own campaigns. And there's plenty of other people that do actual streams and podcasts of D&D. And they make money off of it. And, well, Wizards of the Coast was like, homies, we're not making money off of this. We got to start monetizing more. So one of the things that they mentioned was 25% on royalty after you make $750,000, which I guess that right there is I guess understandable if you're making that much. 25% after that isn't the worst in the world. But there was stipulations in there that they could just kind of come in and shut you down. They just got to give you a 30-day notice. And it made it seem like it was going to be retroactive potentially, but they're clearing up a lot of that language, allegedly. But yeah, it was pretty crazy because D&D's been, a long-standing thing since what, the 70s? I want to say.
I think so, yeah. That sounds about right.
And, it's got a huge following, and it's only been getting bigger because of, pop culture. Stranger Things, I'm sure, probably brought a few new heads to it alone,
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting. I definitely, if you're, interested in that type of shit and the business aspects of it and everything, I definitely recommend this article actually from Ars Technica is a good read, as well as some of the other bigger content creators have also done some takes on these, which they gave you some good rundowns. But ultimately, it was a bad play on Wizards of the Coast. But now they're stepping back to change the language and so on and so forth. So we'll see. But it was kind of just came out of nowhere. And it was like crazy because it began at the beginning of this week. And by now it's been like, oh, well, hold up, guys. We're sorry. So we'll see. All right, so let's get into these trailers I got. We got some video game ones, or just a video game one. No, I got 2 video game ones. All right, the first one here, as you see, is Avatar. They got a new game coming out. I don't think it's going to be worth a damn.
They should have made this multiplayer. I can tell you already.
It's turn-based, apparently.
This is the legacy of the Avatars.
Sorry, if I'm
and
playing an
these
Avatar game,
are
I'm trying to
their
fight somebody.
stories.
Yeah, do like Castle Crasher style with like, you know, 3 players.
Watch and learn.
Instead, it looks like a
Well,
Had enough yet?
Yeah, let's break some rules.
turn-based mobile
I'm not
game.
backing down.
Yeah, I have no hopes for that whatsoever. I don't mind a good turn-based game, I really don't, but that just looks bad. Like, let's just try to milk some more
yeah,
money
that
out of
was
this.
bad.
Just upsetting. But this, though, the remaster. Oh boy!
Brace yourselves. It's gonna smash us into the hull.
I think it's me. It's all falling apart here.
Hey, Isaac. Coming?
Stop moving.
Where is everybody? Up there!
Excuse me.
This transformation, it's remarkable.
Definitely excited for this.
Yeah, that game was great.
Hell yeah, bro.
Don't you want to be reunited with the people you lost? Our homecoming will be truly divine.
Looks really good.
There's still a way out for us. But we don't have much time.
Fucking hell yeah. Fucking Dead Space, y'all. January 27th. Fucking Dead Space, the remaster. I'm excited, man. I love playing it back on 360. It was really good. I definitely enjoyed it. All right, and now we're gonna get into the movie trailers. First one, shout out to Nicolas Cage. This actually looks pretty good. Holy shit, I know Sabin
I
Phil.
want you to understand how good a woman your mama was.
Fucking Power Rangers.
She took Colton Briggs, the
Really?
coldest killer that I've ever
Sabin?
met, and she turned him into a family man.
My mama's dead now.
Coming in one way or
I
another.
definitely don't mind a good Western, you know?
Tell me the names of the men who did this.
As long as that little girl is alive, there's no room for vengeance.
You're protecting a killer.
From another killer.
Can you teach me how to shoot?
Both of you put your hands behind your back.
Now, Briggs,
Especially that Rossi.
My father wants your gun.
I'll blow her brains all over this valley.
You ain't scared of nothing.
Yo,
If Briggs decides he's coming, Colton Briggs is coming.
Sound like he's the one who's scared.
My whole life, I'd seen fear in the eyes of every man I ever met.
Let's do this the old way.
Is my father still a good man?
he said the title of the movie. He said the title!
Did the thing.
He did the thing!
You boys woke up the devil.
You know, it gives me a little True Grit vibes, you know. But yeah, to keep it within the wheelhouse of Mr. Nicolas Cage, this guy.
Sorry to interrupt. Are you okay?
There we
I
go.
need to get out of a toxic relationship.
Hey, actually, speaking of that guy, that's Beast.
Start by telling us what brought you
Beast from X-Men First Class and all those remakes. Well, not remakes, but soft reboots. He's in The Menu. Great movie. Check it out. It's on HBO Max, The Menu.
My boss, he's different.
You can't get him out of your head.
No.
I need your assistance.
I'm coming, Master! Oh, you feel like he could destroy you with the snap of his fingers.
Wouldn't even need to snap.
Okay.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, what?
Renfield, bring me innocent victims. I want a handful of nuns, a busload of cheerleaders.
And I just want a normal life again. But this modern world is a dangerous place.
Fucking, can we talk about Nicolas Cage's range, though?
Thank you. You saved my life. Did I watch you cut a guy's arms off with a decorative serving platter?
In the wrist.
Yeah.
Let me explain. My boss gave me this power. In return, I tend to his needs, including care, feeding.
You bring him people to eat? You're like the guy that gets the villain's Postmates.
But if you were to stop focusing on his needs, what would happen?
He won't grow to full power.
Exactly. He won't grow to full power. What? That's so weird. Why would you phrase it like that? But yes. Hi. Are you here for the meeting? Come on. No!
Some call me the Dark One, others the Lord of Death. To most, I am Dracula.
Okay, obviously we're dealing with a little bit more than just narcissism here.
Now, let's eat.
I fuck with it, man. This is Nicolas Cage, man. The man's got range. Can't deny his range. All right? You cannot. You will not. What do you think, Chuck?
That looks interesting.
He went from a Western.
I don't know anything about that.
Western to a fucking horror comedy. I'm with it. All right, so the next one is none other than the great Willem Dafoe. This also looks really interesting, I gotta say.
Final approach to target. Number 1, go!
Okay, you got 7 minutes. Stay focused. The art in here is worth millions. Proceed
Willem
to step
Dafoe,
2.
a heist artist.
What's happening? Come in! Come in! It won't open!
Sorry, man. You're on your own.
On his own.
Come in, number 3. Number 3, come in.
He just stuck. Willem Dafoe slowly going crazy in the movie. Sold.
Right.
Go to Tompkins Square Park. Look for a guy named Danny. Z. Do that for me.
Talking to pigeons.
Stuck here. Nobody here
Making a
but us
boob.
Pigeons. I feel you, brother. I gotta set you free. When I was a kid, my teacher asked me what I would save from my house if it were on fire. I answered, my sketchbook, my AC/DC album, and my cat Groucho. I didn't mention my parents or my sister. Does that make me a bad person? Cats die. Music fades. But art is for keeps.
Yo, you give the man a psychotic role and he just goes in. I love it. That looks very
He's
interesting.
good at it.
You know, very good. So this is actually the one Chuck put in the chat. This is about to get real fucked up, guys. Evil
Credit
Dead.
to Christina for sitting it to me in the first place.
Yo, I had seen it earlier in the day and the news like sent it, and I was like, oh, I just watched this.
What's up, sis? I had the most beautiful dream.
Fucking
It was
so
a perfect day. And all I could think about was how much I wanted to cut you all open and then climb inside your bodies. So that we could stay one happy family.
Fucking.
When I was just a little girl,
From
I asked my mother,
What is this, Danny?
I found it.
what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich?
Oh boy.
Here's what she said to me.
Open up now.
You don't look so good, Mom.
Nothing a big old kiss from you won't fix.
That. Yo, this shit gonna be real fucked up.
I'm getting us out of here. I promise.
You'd be a good mom someday, Honeybell.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you know how to lie to kids. Mom?
Mommy's with the maggots now.
Yo. I only feel like they showed a little too much though, but Jesus.
They always do, though.
Whew! That's some strong shit, let me tell you. Alright, and then, yeah, I got one more trailer. The most recent Ant-Man trailer dropped this week. Needless to say, I'm excited.
You're an interesting man, Scott Lang. You're an Avenger.
This shit, man.
You have a daughter. But you've lost a lot of time, like me. We can help each other with that.
Oh boy.
I'm the man who can give you the one thing you want. What's that? Time.
I can rewrite existence and shatter timelines. You cannot trust him.
I don't care who this guy is.
Fucking MODOK.
Has lost so much. He can give us a second chance.
It's gonna be some trippy shit, I'm telling you.
Make this easy for you. You will bring me what I need. Or everything you call a life will end. may not want her to watch this.
We had a deal.
Yeah.
You thought you could win. I don't have to win. We both just have to lose.
Ant-Man gonna die.
Too late, man.
Jonathan Majors, though. Yeah, I'm gonna be there for that one for sure. That's gonna be a heavy fucking movie too. Like, the closer and closer they get towards, you know, bringing like him more into it, fucking Jonathan Majors. I'm excited, man. Honestly, like, I love how they took Ant-Man of all people, and like they turned him into an even more cooler character than he initially was. Like, cause he's like low key cool, cause you know he can shrink down and shit. He's like super strong, and like he even killed Thanos in the comics by crawling in his ear and expanding out of his head. Like, and now they got him ushering in Kang. Like, who would have thought? I never saw that honestly coming, that Ant-Man would be such a big influence to the MCU in general. I mean, he practically helped save the whole universe with an Endgame, you know? Because of the quantum realm. So, excited, man. Quite excited. All right. So we're going to get into the actual review this evening. It is Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? This was Chuck's pick, as you see on the stream here. It says next review stream. Pick, Chuck. That's it, man. All right, so let's watch this trailer, and we'll get into it. So HD, give me HD. Oh, that's it? Oof. This is not HD, but whatever.
Sugar, how's my little girl?
He ain't our daddy.
I am the only daddy you got. I am the damn paterfamilias.
Now, Mama.
Well, this is fucked up. Hold on, I can't do with that. That ain't cutting it. Sorry, guys. I'm a little bit of a snob. A little bit of a snob.
Yeah, no, it's pretty choppy looking. Not choppy, but just, you know, like it's not buffering.
Can I get a good quality? Let's get a good quality, shall we? There's got to be an actual high quality. Here we go. This is promising. Yeah, here we go. Stop zooming in and play the fucking trailer.
Hello, sugar. How's my little girl?
That's a little better. That's as good as we're getting.
The only daddy you got. I am the damn paterfamilias.
Now, Mama's got a new beau.
Vernon here's got a job. Vernon's got prospects. He's bona fide. What are you?
You can't marry him.
I can, I am, and I will.
This gentleman bothering you? Well, you can't marry my wife.
That fucking fight.
And stay out of the Woolworth.
To get back to his wife and kids, Ulysses Everett McGill will do anything.
Say, any boy, Smitty.
But he's about to get off on the wrong track.
Who elected you leader of this outfit? Well, Pete, I figured it should be the one with the capacity for abstract thought. Boys, just stick with me. Yeah, we're in a tight spot. Believe me, I got a plan. And I can get my wife back and we can get out of here.
Okay, I'm with you fellas.
Is you gonna introduce us, Pete?
I've seen him first. Them sirens loved him up and turned him into a horny toad.
You two are just dumber than a bag of hammers. Allow me to introduce myself. Big Dan, Tootcore.
Hey, what line of work you in, George? Oh, George, not the livestock.
Not the livestock.
Since we've been following your lead, we got nothing but trouble. You have eluded me for the last time.
I got the answers. I'm bona fide.
Maybe your friends think I'm just a stranger. I face you never.
Way to show the whole ass movie.
Yeah, really.
You ever been with a woman? I gotta get the family farm back before I can start thinking about that.
I gotta get the family farm back. All right, so that is the review for this evening. Is Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Starring obviously the folks you've seen there, fucking George Clooney and John Turturro and Tim Blake Nelson. So it's loosely based off of the Odyssey, which I thought was really neat because I've never seen this movie. I unfortunately I wrote it off the moment I saw George Clooney starring in it. I'm not even gonna front. When I saw it announced way back then, I was just like, yeah, no, I'm good. Had I known it was based off of Odyssey, it would have maybe made me think about watching it. But I didn't until, obviously, Chuck decided to put it on the wheel, and it won. Speaking of that wheel, that'll be spun this coming Monday at 8 o'clock, so tune in and bring a pick. We'll put it on the wheel. As a matter of fact, look at this shit. Watch this command here. This very helpful command. But, Chuck, go ahead, man. Take it away, man. It's your pick.
So I picked this movie because I know that you and certain other people haven't seen this movie. You know? Especially Bong, wherever he is. And I love this movie. I always have. I'm a big Coen Brother movie fan. Like I like just about everything I've seen from them. This being one of my favorites. And sorry, this echoing is kind of fucking with me.
What's up?
The echoing.
Oh, just mute the stream. Where's the wiki on this? There's a wiki, right? Here we go.
Hold on, I'm just gonna back out for a second.
Okay.
So yeah, I love this movie because of the parallel to the Odyssey, and that's partly why I chose it because I love, just how well the Coen Brothers did. Because you get the sirens, you got like basically remember the first his name slipped in my head, the character's name, him basically being Odysseus,
Right.
Coming back and finding his woman with another man, it's the Odyssey. It's great, and of course them being like conmen, basically felons, like performing the bluegrass song. It becomes this huge hit, trying to hide becoming superstars. It's great. I love this movie a lot. And John Goodman was awesome. I love that whole scene where they think he's got turned into a frog.
Yo, yes, the frog scene was great. That was after they met up with the sirens.
Yes.
That shit was fucking hilarious. Why is that not on top? Sorry. Where's my Drew advert? Hold on. Oh. Well, excuse me. Go ahead, continue, man. Continue, sir.
But yeah, of course, true Coen Brother fashion. It's great dialogue. It's written well. It's funny. I love their movies, especially this one. God, I don't know about a favorite scene though. It's kind of tough. It's probably I guess probably the whole thing with John Goodman. I love that whole interaction.
So when they meet John Goodman's character, he basically somehow hears them conversating as they're at a restaurant, and I don't know if he somehow heard them having a lot of money, because at this point they've come up on some money, and John Goodman hears them and comes up to him, talks about opportunities and this and that, and then takes him out to have a picnic and talk about these opportunities. Right. And at first you're like, oh, he's trying to, be a Bible salesman and convince them to sell Bibles. And then all of a sudden it turns into John Goodman beating the living shit out of both of them. And what's funny is George Clooney's character, he's just sitting there as Tim Blake Nelson's character is just getting hammered by this guy. And that's honestly was hilarious because it was just one of those so obvious like situations where like why is he not helping? And like and like he even like lets him pick up the trunk, the piece of the tree that he broke off, and fucking knock him out with. Like, dude, hilarious.
Yeah.
And what's funny about it is like he's the one who claims to be the smart one, you know. And he shows he's honestly
probably the best thing about the irony of the whole thing.
He's about just as dumb, you know, because he lets that shit happen, you know. Fucking hilarious. But yeah, no, I honestly found myself really enjoying it. That's a lot of Southern Christian country-ish type music that I could take in one sitting for sure. But their song that they record as the Soggy Bottom Brothers, I did enjoy that actually. I can't deny that was actually pretty good. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'll pull that up real quick. You know, we'll do that. 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 But yeah,
The soundtrack sold fairly well too because of this.
Yeah, exactly.
My daughter's too, Penny. Ain't you ever heard of Amor Fidelis?
All right, no, that ain't the one. We want to do this one. Here we go. Here, we'll play this right here.
Oh, except for our company.
Oh, yeah. So this is the song they make to try to get some money to get so that way they can continue their journey to get to the treasure, because initially he's trying to find treasure that allegedly exists, and they break out of prison and they stop here to record a song of all things, you know. Yeah, the Jesus and the Leader. If y'all know who the Leader is, that's the next coming Marvel villain in Captain America. Should be interesting. And hey, you know who that is? You know who that is? Yeah, my stapler. I want my stapler. I will burn this place to the ground. Fucking Milton, yo.
Yes.
Fucking Milton. Yeah, and I remember when this came out, this song was like at the top of the charts and shit for like a little while. I mean, it's a pretty fucking good song, you know?
It is.
Like, and Clooney honestly does sell it pretty well in this scene. This guy. Yo, and Tim Blake Nelson's a little bit underrated. For the record. Now that I know like what his name is, like it's starting to click how many times I've seen him and shit.
Yeah, he's in a ton of movies.
Yeah. I mean, they had this cast was pretty stacked though, all together, all things considered. $10 piece.
Okay, sir, but Merton.
I love Stephen Root. He's one of my favorites.
Sign X's, only 4 of us can write.
Yeah, that, you know, like the movie itself is very well done in that case. The pacing's well. I mean, there was a little bit of a drag. I think they could have probably shaved off like maybe 5 minutes, if that. But otherwise, it flowed really well. But yeah, I definitely love the tie-ins with the Odyssey, because growing up, I was a big fan of mythology, especially Greek mythology. And yeah, he runs into the sirens. He's going back to his wife who has mad suitors, and you know, he was locked up. You know, meanwhile, you know, to compare it to being in the Trojan War, you know. And also, you know, Ulysses in the movie, which is George Clooney's character, which I thought was pretty cool because it's what's his name here? What is it? What is his name? Ulysses, kind of similar, you know.
Odysseus.
Also, oh, there it is. Also known by the Latin variant Ulysses. Shout out to Wikipedia, yo. Shout out to Wikipedia. So yeah, Ulysses. He's Odysseus. The blind seer, you know. He does run into some seers. Like it's all there, you know. It's really well done. I especially really did love because once they walked upon the girls, I was like, oh, those are the fucking sirens. Like, I was like, holy shit. And then obviously the flood towards the end, Poseidon, you know. So there's a lot of cool tie-ins, a lot of a great way to present a classic Greek mythology that, you know, still to this day is one of the few things they start reading. I think probably middle school is when it came up. That's when it came up for me, was in middle school.
That sounds about right.
So, yeah, and it's, again, like, I've never been a big George Clooney fan. I've given him plenty. I've watched quite a few of his, not quite a few, but a few of his films, I should say, that he was in, and he's a good actor, but he's still kind of George Clooney in every, like, all the ones I've seen him, you know? Like, this included.
I agree.
Like, he's just like country George Clooney in this, you know?
But it works for this movie, though.
Right, it does. Like, that was, like, I think that was one of the struggles I was having with it, was, like, he's just George Clooney, but he's a country George Clooney, and it kind of works in this case, you know? Because, like, Totoro, like, I've seen him in different movies, and he actually, in my opinion, has a little bit more range than Clooney. From the Jesus
no, he totally does.
To in Transformers, even to now this, and Tim Blake Nelson also. Like, he, like, just the ones off the top of my head, obviously this, and then the Incredible Hulk. I don't know if you've seen the Incredible Hulk, Chuck, with what's his name, Edward Norton. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
I did.
You see that? So you remember the guy he meets up with in the college and gives him his blood sample? That's Tim Blake. And
yeah, that's right. It's been a while, but you're right.
Right. So in that, he when he tries to help him, you know, cure it per se, that's when he hulks out on the table and breaks the shit and knocks Tim Nelson into the chemical. And they show him in the movie, it kind of seeps into his blood, which this is why I got annoyed with the people who were kind of shitting on She-Hulk's opening, because a similar thing happens with She-Hulk. Her blood unintentionally mixes with her cousin, Bruce. And, you know, so now the leader is coming back in apparently Captain America Civil War, which is what's his name? Anthony Mackie's debut as actually Captain America in a film, which is going to be pretty cool. I think it'll be a good watch. But yeah, so, you know, like, it's pretty cool to see him do this and then see him in that and know that he's actually got some range, you know. But George Clooney, like, he's not a bad actor. It's just he kind of sits in the same wheelhouse, you know? And
he totally does.
You know, but the ensemble in this movie, it really worked very well. Like, they played off of each other really well, I gotta say. Like, especially Tim Blake. He was my personal favorite. Tim Blake Nelson, honestly, was my favorite because of how well he kind of, you know, rolled in and you know, just his denseness was endearing, you know? It's just like, oh, you're really stupid, but you have a good heart overall, you know? Like, he just wanted to get to save his farm or get his family farm back. You know, that's all he was trying to do. You know? Excuse me. So, yeah. We're going to go ahead and get into our scenes and score. Chuck, you had said yours was when John Goodman beats the living shit out of
because the chemistry of everybody on that screen alone, just the talent of everybody combined is just fantastic. I love that scene. I always have.
Yes. And what's your score you're giving it?
Excuse me. I've always loved this movie. I'm probably gonna give it like an 8.9.
Okay, that's not bad. 8.9, pretty strong. That's a pretty strong number you got there.
It's not gonna be the only time I throw a Coen Brother movie on the wheel either.
Makes sense. All right, so yeah, no, I did enjoy it overall. I found myself enjoying it more than I thought I would, for sure, which is always a big plus. That makes it even better in those circumstances. Yeah, the soundtrack really worked. I mean, definitely not my type of music for sure, but I respect it for what it was. It doesn't sound bad. Like, I can't be like, oh, this shit sounds terrible. No, everybody sounds good. The you know, sings very well. It's just not my cup of tea, except the select few songs that, you know, like the one we played. Like, that was definitely very catchy.
Man of Constant Sorrow.
Yeah, Constant Sorrow. I mean, you just want to hit shit with twang after listening. Like, hello, down the bayou. You know, you want to just start doing it, you know.
It's a great song. It really is.
It is. It is. But yeah, I love just how random the journey was. I mean, from them running into the blind guy on the railroad.
Well, KKK things.
The KKK thing, hilarious. Like, you know, like, here's the thing. As obviously those who've been tuning in may know, obviously, I mean, we're adults here, you know. So I was pretty baked when I watched the movie, which made it, at least in this case, even better, because when that scene came up, I was so confused, because I'm like, they're making fun of the KKK right now, but the way they're doing it is slightly confusing, because they're like doing this like almost college band like fucking marching and shit. And I'm like, that's obviously not what goes down there, you know. So it was just very low-key, subtle, you know, fun at it, and then it gets even more hilarious as the scene goes on, to the point where the headmaster is actually a main character in the movie. But you know, it was to them becoming hit sensations by just recording the one song and never knowing it until the end of the movie, basically. You know, like,
right.
It was all well done. Everybody did their part. You know, it was good. It was. But for me, my favorite scene, though, that's a tough one, to be honest.
It really is tough.
My favorite scene, probably, though, was, yeah, probably when everything culminates at the end, like about the last, I want to say 10, 15 minutes. Basically, they end up back in town. Because the thing is, at no point, and correct me if I'm wrong, but at no point because they tell you in the trailer he's on his way back to see his family, you know.
Right.
But they don't mention it all in the movie, right? At no point did he mention it prior to actually getting there, right?
Don't recall. No, they mentioned
I'm pretty sure he didn't. And, like, obviously, if you know the stories of the Odyssey and everything, you would know this. I haven't read the Odyssey in forever, so I forgot that he was on his way back to his wife, who was getting all these suitors and his son. So, you know, I totally forgot about that. And when it got there, I was like, oh, shit, that's right. And then the whole bit with his wife telling his kids that he got hit by a train. But, like, the main thing is when they go and they sneak into the town hall or whatever they had the performance at. Like, that whole...
Oh, yeah.
The main... they coincidentally run into the mayor when they record their song. He's then been looking for them, and he's losing to his opponent, who happens to be the KKK leader. But nobody knows that until that performance. So everything comes together, and it was just like it was perfect manner of laughter, but also kind of heartfelt wholesomeness, you know. Because you know they start playing and they get stopped, and then you know the crowd is with them, and it was great. It was it was one of those wholesome moments that's what you go to watch movies for, you know. So yeah, overall, that definitely like that last 5 minutes or whatever, maybe 10 minutes in that particular sequence there, that was my favorite for sure. Close second was when they first got found in the barn. Oh my God! What was he saying? Like he said his shit 3 times. What was it? This is not good or some shit. George Clooney. Dude, that they set the barn on fire and everything, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not good. Like he says that shit like 3 times. Like that's all he could say. Like it was the exact same words over and over. Like this shit was hilarious. But yeah. For me, score-wise, that's a tough call, honestly. For me, you know what? I'm gonna definitely give it a 7-8. A 7-8, yeah, 7-8. And that's just because, honestly, like it's definitely not a perfect film, but it's a good film, and it's entertaining. You know. And I feel like George Clooney is the weakest out of the 3. I said it. I fucking said it. Yeah, that's right. George Clooney is the weakest of the 3. That's right.
No, yeah, no, I completely agree.
It is what it is. Still a good movie.
I'm a big John Turturro fan.
Yeah, Turturro and Nelson were great. The budget was $26 million and it box office 72, so definitely a solid hit. But yeah. Go check it out if you haven't. It's on HBO Max. It's a good film. Great time. And, all right, so we're going to try to get some Jackbox going. So let's